Okay, it's been a while since I posted a video to YouTube. Today is December 25th, Christmas Day. And I got a Christmas present for my 1984 Plymouth Reliant. Got a radio, and we're putting it in today. Best Buy's finest radio, which actually appears to have been made by Pioneer, judging by the fact that the pictures in the manual for it match the pictures for in the Pioneer manual that I have for the radio in my pickup truck. Anyway, this car had the original Chrysler AM radio in it. You can see the hole for the speaker right there. So we've got to do a couple of things. First thing we have to do is convert the wiring to break out in the standard end. And with the Chrysler AM radio system, not all of these wires in the adapter harness here match what the adapter says they will. So it would really pay to have a service manual for the car that tells you the function of the wires. But if you don't have one, in the end, there's only three that you need. You have your 12-volt constant here, this yellow wire, and you have your red wire. And the third wire you need is actually in the radio harness. And in the case of this, Chrysler actually provided a ground braid, and you can see that I've joined the wire there. Now, some people like to solder these. Personally, I've always gotten along fine with using plenty of electrical tape and crimp connectors wherever necessary. I also had to go back here into the defroster plenum a little bit and cut a little bit of that out so that the back of the radio wouldn't bump into it. Now, because this is a car with only one speaker, I'm putting stereo speakers in it. And in order to do that, we've got to run some wiring. Now, running the wiring for the passenger side speaker is no big deal, because we can go through this hole right here, and then we basically end up right in the neighborhood of the radio. But running the wiring for the driver's side speaker, that's a little more of a chore. Okay, now, when I first started this video, you saw that there was a big, heavy orange extension cord going into the dash here. Basically, what I used that to do, because otherwise I'd have to pull this instrument cluster and all that other stuff, and you can see I've already taken the bezel off of it and pulled the headlight switch and stuff like that. I really didn't want to pull this out, so basically what I did is I found an old junky extension cord, and I used to push that through until it came through here on the other side. You can see it hiding back in there. I'm going to pop that out with my fingers, and I'm going to take my speaker wire here, and I'm going to tape it to that cord, and I'm going to use that to fish it back through here, where I'll go ahead and fasten it in to the wiring harness for the new stereo. Okay, and there we are. My wires have now come through on the other side, and I went ahead and already put these up here. We're ready to cut them now and put the splices on them. Okay, we're basically ready to go here. Now, when you go to do this on your own vehicle, you might find it advantageous to test all your connections with an ohmmeter before you go ahead and put everything back together. You'll see I've got my panel back in there. I don't have the wiring all straightened out back here yet as to where everything's going to go, and believe me, space is tight. But if we turn the key on, and that buzzer is still annoying, it'll turn on here.
Have a holly jolly Christmas, and when you walk down the street,
kind of tinny, but
say hello,
it is a radio.
hello,
And I don't know what else you could expect out of a slightly smaller than 3-inch dashboard opening. Now we just got to get everything put back together. Well, folks, there's the finished product. Installed and playing beautifully.
Sounds of the season being brought to you by Monticello Bus Service, wishing you a happy holiday. Welcome.
Have to see if it plays a CD, because all this Christmas music kind of getting on my nerves. It is so sweet to have this thing all the way back together. You got stereo in it. Sorry about the sun. That's how you install a much better sound system in a 1984 Plymouth Reliant. Hopefully you found this little video useful. Look at that beauty. Very nice out here today in the waning hours of the evening. But that's all for now.